Hey everybody, welcome back to the Booshakalaka podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany, my co-host, Pierre.
Listen to me. Say I'm hip to your problems. All of them. I know you abandoned Nicole when she needed you most, because I leaked her sweet tears. I know know about things coming apart at work. Maybe you fucking lost it in that department. I also know you ain't keeping it up, so to speak, with the missus. Otherwise, she wouldn't be all over my stick. Relax, Steve. We're friends. We're practically family.
I'm not playing these games because you already know the answer to this one. This has probably been the easiest one so to date. Yes, if you haven't, please go back a couple episodes, listen to our Fear review. It is our most listened to, most watched review, and it is hilarious. It's one of the best. It's one of the best. But we're not here for Mark Wahlberg, even though we did review a horror movie. We're here for Final Destination 3. Synopsis is Wendy Christensen and a group of teens who escaped a fatal roller coaster crash face a bloody date with death. Close enough.
Very interesting.
We want to get it to the point. I hated that it was her whole name, but Wendy Christensen. So we won't forget moving forward. Final Destination 3. We are moving right along. I like this entry. I don't think that you like it as much as I do, but I do. I did enjoy this entry.
May I make a for the English students? That was a thing you're supposed to do when you're making corrections on your stuff. Watching it again, I want to retract what I told you.
Oh, okay.
This movie has a soul. And I'll explain as we dive in.
Well,
so
let's dive.
So now you are gonna need to help me with names because it's a lot of people going. It's a lot of stuff going on.
I got the names.
Okay, but yeah, Wendy is at this. Why am I about to say carnival? At this amusement park with her friends. It's almost like they listen to you, because I love how they acknowledge that. Well, she acknowledges later in the movie that these people would not be friends. Like, if she wasn't dating her boyfriend and Claire wasn't dating
Claire? Who the hell is Claire?
Isn't Claire her friend?
Carrie.
What's her boyfriend's name?
If Carrie wasn't dating Kevin and Wendy's dating Jason.
Okay. I love how they acknowledge that these people would not be friends. If Wendy wasn't dating Jason and if Carrie wasn't dating her boyfriend,
Kevin,
they would not be friends. Like,
you don't have to be friends with your boyfriend's friends.
Yeah.
Or your girlfriend's friends. You don't have to be cordial. Correct. Yes, but you don't have to be friends.
Right. I get why they hang out, because this is like a double date essentially.
I don't think I've ever dated friends of friends. I've never been in a situation like this. I've dated people and I didn't know any of their friends, so I was just coming into it, but it's never been like this type of situation. Never for me.
Because and Wendy's taking pictures this whole time at the amusement park, and she's taking pictures because
she works for the yearbook. Duh. She's on annual staff.
Yeah, I get this was the 2000s. It's just when I remember yearbook, they had an actual professional camera when they were taking pictures. It wasn't like
they probably told her she can't take that off of campus. She can't take the one where they put in the red liquid. She can't take that one off of campus.
Go to hell.
They can only use they got to check out the digital one. No, because when I was in college, I was on the annual staff, and I did photography for them. We used digital cameras.
Okay.
And this about the time this movie came out was when it came out in 2006. Yes, I was in college, and so no, you're wrong. Okay. You're wrong, buddy.
I love that they went back to high school with this movie. It just there was a lot here. Mostly that he is so like, it's amazing, because I really did not like him at the beginning of this movie. So the fact that I can't remember that his name is Kevin. Because maybe maybe it's just me. Yeah, cheating happens in high school, but it's never been in the girl's face. Like the fact that he took the digital camera and took a picture of another girl's like under her skirt. I was like, in front of your girlfriend, really? And she's just
And
like,
good and darn well, it didn't amount to anything. Like,
like
we're not gonna play those games. Like, he probably look up. No, it's nothing. It probably just looks like the sky. Those digital cameras didn't work that fast. You can't even do that with cameras now. You still gotta focus. You still gotta hold on. But yes,
exactly.
Kevin, they're there for graduation, so the whole school is there. They get to go senior class graduation, so they're gonna enjoy themselves. Yeah, they're at the. I thought it was a carnival as well because they were in the carnival section of it. But the gang is ready to go on Devil's Flight roller coaster. Woo! It's a big ass roller coaster for it to be carnival, but it's not. But anyway, Wendy don't want to go. She's scary, but she's going. Why? I don't understand those type of people. Like, if you're scared, don't do it. You got to build yourself up to it. I never got on the biggest roller coaster when I was younger because I was scared, but I built myself up to it. I'm not going just because everybody else goes. Peer pressure doesn't work like that for me.
Well, I disagree because as we're both
peer pressure works for you?
No, I'm saying because we're both Disney kids. And so last time we went to Disney and Universal, there was this kid. He was there with his little boyfriend. And we were on the Velocicoaster. And at the last minute, he was like, I want to get off. He was like crying. And we were like, no. And like everybody in the roller coaster like cheered him and he got on. And he enjoyed himself. And it's like, like now it's over. Like you enjoy it. So sometimes you can just get psyched out because you don't know what's going to happen. But like, I don't know. There's something about it.
I don't have the energy for that. Because I want to ride the ride. So let's hit it. They end up getting on the roller coaster. Wendy's trying to ride with Jason. They only have one spot for the front row. So Wendy has to end up riding with Kevin all the way in the bike. Oh, I'm sorry. Carrie says, this is the last time I'm going to get to ride the coaster for a while because, going off to college. Girl, this amusement park ain't going nowhere.
Going to Berkeley. Like, girl.
I'm guessing they probably lived in, like, it was raining a lot, so I'm going to assume Seattle. Berkeley's in Northern California. It ain't that damn far.
It actually worked out for Carrie because she about to break up with Kevin anyway, right to graduation. So
that was good.
It was good. So yeah, they move all the way to the back because Wendy don't want to see the tracks, which you're still gonna be able to see the tracks. That's just me. I'm like, you're still gonna see the tracks. Maybe she don't want to see them up front. I don't know, but girl. So here it goes. They get on the coaster and they start going off. Now, mind you, they're not supposed to have cameras on this roller coaster, what they specifically say, but I forgot his name. Who's the pervert?
Frankie Cheeks.
Frankie, the pervert, has a camcorder, and then Wendy has her little digital camera, and Kevin puts it in his pocket. So they go off, and they're doing. I mean, the roller coaster's going fine. They're screaming like woo 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 woo, and Frankie's being a pervert this entire time, and it was just really uncomfortable because he wouldn't stop. Like maybe one comment here and then leave them alone. But the fact that he followed these girls around and he's not even going to that school anymore, it was weird. It made me uncomfortable. And he's like, show me your titties as they're going under the loop. And they like, fuck off. And they knock his camera onto the rail. And the minute they knock his camera off to the rail, it like onto the rail, and it swings, and then they go running over it. That's when all hell breaks loose. Sprackle, 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 sling, splang, splang. Flippity floop, Dr. Seuss words. And the ride starts shaking, things start coming apart. It was interesting because this one was not as elaborate as the plane or the second one, or the second Final Destination with the truck. Because it's just like half of the people who died, just like their carts just fell off and like they were dead. There wasn't like a lot of gruesomeness to the death. Like, we weren't seeing a log go into somebody's face. So I thought that was interesting. And then the rude jock, Lou, no, I'm not going to call him Lewis. We're going to call him Chris Brown because that's who he wants to be. Because he slapped Aaron. He, like, the seats are coming up, like the brake. I don't know. They're not seatbelts. They are like the brake pads, whatever. They're coming up. Restraints. They come up and he goes flying and they try to hang on to him, but they can't. So like he hits like one of the rails as well. Then they get over a loop and it just stops. And that's when McKinley and Aaron fall. And then Wendy and Kevin try to rock it. which I thought they were going to make it, but they don't, because Kevin don't sit the hell down and he get sliced in half. And then Wendy just falls and boom, it was all a vision. You know how it goes. So naturally she starts freaking out. She caught on very quickly. Like, you know, Alex had to see a few things. Even old girl from the second movie had to see a few things. She just saw the gum and was like, oh no, get me off this ride. Get me off this ride. I was surprised they stopped, because I was surprised they stopped.
She is I can't think of her real name. Mary Elizabeth
Mary,
Winstead
a chameleon.
She's a scream queen that can't scream. Oh my God, get me out of here. This is gonna flip over. We're gonna die. I'm like, girl, louder.
She has a Beyonce voice. She can sing, and so she has one of those deep voices. So
Beyonce
I don't know.
Be screaming on them right now. I believe Beyonce can scream. I'm not doing it. It was just, please let me go. I was like, girl, pick it up. But they pick her up and get her off that damn ride. Jason and Carrie try to get off. They don't get off in time, which is weird, because the ride attendants were like, everybody sit the fuck down. This ride is about to go.
And he was like,
the button.
Why would I don't let me off?
It doesn't seem like it just doesn't seem like they would do that. Like, if you already let one person off, just let the rest of them off and let the other people come in and fill up those spots. Anyway, they go, the roller coaster goes, security's kick in, they kick out Lewis, Ashlyn, Ashley, Frankie, Aaron, and Ian, Kevin, and Wendy. They get kicked off. Security is ushering them all outside, and Wendy's still like, no, the roller coaster is gonna crash. It's gonna crash. She looks up, the roller coaster crashed, and everybody's like, oh, damn, guess she was right, girl. And then boom, we back at school the next day. They didn't really incorporate too many cops in this movie. That wasn't a big storyline as it was in the first one, the second one, third, the fourth one. It was back in the fifth, and not even in the fourth. So the third and the fourth do not really incorporate the police. We're at school. It's a gloomy ass day.
So it might be Seattle. You're right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for real, it's the only place I know. It's the only place I know that it rains like that all the time. So, or maybe even Oregon. Sure, whatever. Oregon, I'm pretty sure is just the Pacific Northwest. Okay, PNW, it's raining, baby. We're at school. It's graduation. Everybody's running through the halls. We didn't do that. We just got the hell out of there. Nobody threw up papers and ran down the hallway. We didn't do that. Wendy is beside herself. Oh, it's weeks later too. Death, like, you know what? I'm doing this shit on my own time. Sometimes it's immediate. Sometimes it's weeks later.
Because the second one, it was immediate.
It literally was. I think it was like, he said, oh, shoot, let me clock in. Kevin doesn't want to talk. Wendy doesn't want to talk to Kevin because, you know, she's just so upset that Jason's dead.
Also, Kevin rolls up on her before she leaves the school, and he's basically like, hey, you're not crazy. I looked up some stuff. He looked up Flight 180. He looked up the car crash, and he like basically gives her the whole plot. This was interesting. This is a plot twist because it's different that the person it happens to doesn't believe it. Like, he believed it immediately, and she was like, fuck off, Kevin. So I thought that was interesting, because usually it's the other way around when she has to convince everybody, and he was trying to convince her. But then he gonna flip later anyway.
And we see Ashlyn and Ashley. They come up to Wendy and they're like, hey, girl, thanks for saving our lives. Here, give us a call. Maybe we can do something.
They invited her to go tanning with them.
Oh, because they were like, bitch, you pale and scary. Here you go. All right, girl, we'll see you next time.
That was so nice of us.
I mean, they were airheads, but they weren't mean. They were never rude.
They were not mean girls. They were just
airheads. or vapid. Okay, Stokely. So we skip over to Wendy, who is at home looking through all of the photos that happened the day of the carnival, and she's looking at everybody's picture. She sees Jason's photo, and it just looks so. She's like, "Oh, Jason!" And she sees that the devil is in the picture he took was in front of Devil's Flight. I don't know how she's like, "Oh, he was going to die on a roller coaster." I don't know how she came up with Kevin's,
because with the flash, the rail was highlighted, like the track was highlighted in the background.
Okay, so I didn't see that. I thought it was just the devil in it. Yeah, so she sees the photos and she just starts looking through them. She's like,
And so we're the Ashes are getting their tans going, and a lot of these deaths are negligence. They're just being negligent. They're not supposed to take drinks in there. They take a drink in there. The guy at the store, he's talking outside to his girlfriend because he has bad reception, and so he puts like some tanning lotion bottle at the door so it won't close. That of course is gonna, like, the pressure and all that, it's gonna squeeze and come out. They get in there, they just touching stuff, putting like they get all naked.
Celine, ugh, get some good music in here.
And then you ended up listening to Roller Coaster.
That's an amazing song.
It ain't
Roller
like
coaster of love. Say what? Roller coaster.
I first heard that in Beavis and Butthead Do America.
I first heard that probably in my mother's 1975 sedan.
Okay. And a lot of stuff starts happening. Stuff starts dripping on things that they shouldn't be dripping on. They put their purse and stuff on, like, a lot of stuff starts just going wrong because of negligence. Now, Wendy's at home and she starts going through the pictures. She's like depressed. Her and her sister have a heartfelt moment, and she's like, "Hey, can I take the camera?" She's like, "Yeah, you can take the camera, but let me charge it first." And that's when she starts going through the pictures, and she notices on the Ashes picture that it's like, the wind starts blowing in her room because Death is weird and always got this big ass cloak on. And she looks at the Ashes picture, and it's like a bright flash, but it's red. And so she gets nervous, and because they gave her, their phone number to go to the tanning with them, she calls them. Of course, they don't answer, but as she's calling them, it makes their, like, the wooden thing their purse is on fall, and it puts a board between the tanning beds so they can't get out. So it get hot up in there. It start burning up. Glass start breaking.
If they would have calmed down for just a half of a second, they could have seen that wood plank was laying in between each tanning bed, keeping it from why they couldn't open it. If they one would have pushed it into the other one, they could have got out.
Yeah.
So on the I don't know if I had the DVD of this. I think I still actually do have it. Why the hell didn't I just watch it on there? Anyway, on the DVD, they have a choose your fate option. So they give you like little options before the scene starts. So when the girls go into the tanning booth, you could pick, I'm trying to remember what theirs is. You could turn the AC to like 75 or 72, and it changes the way that they die in the end.
Really?
So what happens is one of them does push the piece of wood out. She gets out, and then like she slips on some water or some glass or something, and she just dies on the ground, and the other one burns into the coffin alive. Yeah, so one burns and the other one doesn't. But in this version, which is, I guess, the theatrical version, both of them do burn. I love the scene where you see the tanning beds on fire, and then it cuts to the two coffins side by side. I don't know if they were cousins or something. Like, I don't know why they would have a joint funeral. I'm not sharing my funeral just because we died together. No, we're not doing that. You're gonna have a bigger guest list than me.
Heather.
We're not doing that.
To this day, I think that's still the best movie transition that we've seen.
It is very, very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And in what's her name? Wendy is, distraught because she's like, wait, maybe I did know a little bit of something, because like we're convinced now because look how they died. Look at this photo.
Mm-hmm. And so
gotta be him. Them.
Her and Kevin wrapped it up at the at the funeral. I don't like.
You mean at the fume? We black. We're black. We say the fume.
I was very upset to see these headstones. I hate headstones in the ground like that, but that's beside the point. Now this is where the movie took me a little bit, because now she's like, oh, like you said, she's telling him about the photos, and then Kevin like, oh, I don't believe it now, and I'm like, I'm not doing this with you. I'm not. You literally brought all this to me. He's like, oh, I don't.
No. I don't think that Kevin didn't believe her. I think that he didn't think that the photos were the clue. That's what he didn't believe. That's all that was, because she was showing him photos of like the Twin Towers, and then there was a plane in the shadow. Like, bitch, get out of here. I've flown to New York. Like, get out of here. You would see that, period. Like, stop it. And it was like a line across Aberlin Lincoln, Amberlyn Lincoln's face. So that's what he didn't believe, 100%. But he was like, all right, we'll work together and see what we can do. Our girl, Wendy, is she our girl?
Wait, can we like wait to the middle of the movie? before we?
Right now she not. So Wendy, that girl Wendy, that sounds like a TV show or something. That girl Lele. That's why I got that. That girl Wendy starts to like kind of faint, and Kevin's like, "Well, when's the last time you ate?" She's like, "I don't know. Have no idea. I wish I could be that type of person because I remember everything I ate, when I ate it, how I ate it, why I ate it. I remember because food is amazing. I'm already thinking about what I'm gonna have for dinner."
Hello,
So he takes her over to Cluckenbell and to go get a
girl.
little chicken. She said, "Let me get a number 1, a number 9 large, 2 number 30s. You want something?" Like Big
Where
Smoke.
is that from? Where is that from?
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It's like one of the first missions. He orders everything off the menu and then he looks at everybody and says, "Y'all want something?" You
They
used to
were.
be cool. You
They
used to
were.
be cool.
They no, because bruh, I hate you so much. They roll up to Cluckenbell, and they're actually behind Frankie, and because they also recognize that he was behind the twins. I'm saying the twins like they're fucking sisters, behind the girls, and I guess that I don't know if they're going to ever talk to him because it's like they're behind him, but it's like they make no. I don't
No,
know what.
their plan was to get her something to eat and then go talk to Frankie. They didn't know that was him.
Oh, that's interesting.
Why would they?
I mean,
Okay, yeah, they didn't know that was them.
I mean, this is a small town. I just feel like they knew it was him. But yeah. So as they're behind him in the drive-through, the truck that they passed when they were on their way there, they see it coming down the road, and it's like on a decline, and the guy's running after it, and they have this arguing rude ass couple behind them, and so they trying to get out. They back up, and then the truck comes and it backs. Like, I don't know how this happens. Because
Okay, well then I'll explain it.
okay,
The truck is coming. Somebody was in the truck. He gets
I'm
out of
saying
the truck. The truck keeps rolling. There is a couple in another car behind Wendy and Kevin. They are talking, and Wendy and Kevin notice that there's no driver in there. So Wendy's yelling. I mean, she's yelling like this: "Get out of the truck! Get out of the truck! There's somebody. There's nobody driving. There's nobody driving."
No.
And the couple behind them somehow magically hear her, and they reverse, and they get out of the way before the truck gets there. Kevin and Wendy cannot get out of the doors because they are kind of blocked in. So Kevin kicks out the front windshield. He kicks out the front windshield, and they get out of there. The truck smashes into the back of their car, and the fan from the inside of it's like a U-Haul. From the inside of the U-Haul, skips over their car and busts into the back of the car in front of them, which was a convertible driven by somebody, and just because you know how fans go, and then they stop, and they gnaw the back of the head off of the person, and we see this chain fall down on the ground. It is a chain of a naked woman. We're like, "Oh shit!" And Kevin and Wendy look up, and it is Frankie. Frankie dead with the fan hanging out of his. Have you ever seen Mannequin 2 on the movie?
I didn't see Mannequin 1. I know. Okay, let me not say
you're not gay.
Let me say I haven't not seen it. I didn't pay attention to it. I know the premise. I know what was happening. You know how you watch, like somebody else is watching something and you see the scenes, but you're just like, I don't like this. So I know the premise.
I'm adding Mannequin 2 on the move to the review list. I'm forcing you to watch it. Yes, it's about fairy tales, fallacies, and mannequins coming to life. It can be scary. Count Spritzel.
So yeah, I know.
But Hollywood. The only reason why I say this is because Frankie was like, that's how he was looking when the fan was in the back of his head. There's this magical necklace in Mannequin 2, and when you put it on your neck, you turn into a fucking mannequin. But when you take it off, you turn back human. So Hollywood was playing with the necklaces. He was like, "I'm gonna make myself look good," and then he was frozen as the mannequin. I love that movie. I love that movie. It's so bad. I love it.
But we don't love it. We don't love Frankie Cheeks because he's a pervert.
Yes, because so on the choose your fate, I can't remember what you're choosing, but when you make a different decision versus when you make the other decision, Frankie Cheeks actually survives the movie.
Interesting. I don't like that.
He actually survives. He's the only one out of all of the choose your fates that survives. I'm like, the grossest, most disgusting one is the only one that survives. Okay, movie. screw you.
Yeah.
But they go back to the house. They go back to
Yeah.
the house, and that's when they start to look at the pictures, and they find the picture of Frankie Cheeks. You know what? They were not going to see Frankie Cheeks. You were right. I'm sorry. They were just going to get something to eat. But when they look back at the pictures, they see Frankie Cheeks' picture, and the fan is right by the side of the back of his head. And they're like, oh, okay. Now we really got to look at these. So Wendy's like, oh, who died next? Oh, it was Lewis.
And
they go. Somehow Kevin knows he's training with the Bruins over at UCLA.
Well, because I know at my high school they announced that stuff. Like they announced like people's scholarships where they're going to like school.
Okay,
and stuff.
maybe so.
Like, yeah,
well, Kevin probably seemed like he was into sports, so he had a Letterman's jacket towards the end. He might have been on the damn team. That makes a lot of sense, right?
Yes.
Now, when you think about it,
it was just like I don't know. Him and Chris Brown didn't seem like they liked each other. So they head on over to the Sultans.
Was he in a movie with Chris Brown?
No, I just feel like he looks like him. I just feel like it looks like him.
He doesn't look Chris Brown at all to me. But okay. More Laz Alonso to me. But less bushy eyebrows. Laz Alonso's eyebrows are really, really thick.
Now, they make this the most... There was a lot of anxiety going on in this workout room. I don't know what... Maybe it's because I've never been in one, but it was just a lot going on. And it was just a lot of yelling, screaming. I was like, I would leave. Like, I would have to walk out because I can't. This is way too much stimulation. Like, y'all just doing too much.
Lewis's picture, they see a Sultan with the blades coming down. So Lewis was on a strongest man contraption machine where you throw the hammer down and it bing at the top, you know, those things. So he was doing that. So in the photo, he's down, his head is down, and you see the Sultan with the knives, with the Arabian knives. But that's not the song, it's Arabian Nights. But anyway, it's like that. So they think that that's how he's going to die. And like you said, they go over to the Sultan's training camp. So of course, my favorite part, and it is one of my favorite sayings ever in a movie. They get to the weight room, like you said. It's a lot of, they are just banging shit. All the weights are like, click, 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 click. Coach should have walked in and been like, hey, you know how much this shit costs? What's wrong with y'all? They were clanking weights, they were throwing weights like they were playing fucking foosball in there. It was a mess. They find Lewis and he's lifting and they telling him about what's going on. And he's like, I don't fucking believe y'all. Now, this is the mean person of the movie. He is an asshole, like to the max. I don't fucking believe y'all. And somebody mentions, Kevin mentions, I thought you were going to go play for the Bruins. And you hear somebody in the background and he's like, fuck the Bruins. And then Lewis is like, yeah, fuck the Bruins. My favorite line, what the fuck is a Bruin anyway? I scream.
I hate you. I can't believe.
Did you hear that in the
Yes,
background?
I did.
Oh my God. What the fuck is a Bruin anyway? First off, it's a bear, but that is the best. I had to make sure that I put that in here because it's my favorite line from all of these movies. The fuck is a Bruin anyway? Sorry, that's my type of humor.
No, I know. I'm sure that extra appreciates you remembering.
I wish they would have showed him on camera. I'm gonna go look back at the credits and see if it says, what the fuck is a Bruin anyway? Question guy. Oh, I'm gonna see if he's there. I'm gonna follow him on Instagram.
I hate you. So yeah, they clanking, clickety clacking. She having the same panic attack I am. She's just looking around like clinking.
I would have left.
They were trying very hard for Lewis, and I'm only gonna try so hard. So nothing particularly happens. Like there's nothing that's just going awry. Like because she sees the water. It's just a lot of noise, and maybe that's why she can't focus. But there's the Sultan is hanging at the top of the gym, and it swings. And
real knives, guys. Real knives.
Maybe they want it to be authentic to their weight room.
Okay.
Just think about that sentence. Like,
yep.
And it cuts the rope that's attached to his machine.
The wires.
The
if
wires.
That was rope. God damn, who made those?
The wires.
What is this? The Gladiator days?
I can't breathe. The wires, and everything stops. Everybody's just like, whoa, 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 like, whoa, whoa, and he's like, see, fuck that. I ain't gonna die. I'm gonna always win. And he goes to do another rep, and baby, them weights go, and he splat. It was so satisfying. It was so satisfying to see him die, but it was
Could you
also
imagine? If you haven't seen this, think back to Saw 4 when those 2 ice blocks came down and crushed Donnie Wahlberg's head.
oh my God.
They came just like him. They said, "Oh," I mean, and it just so literally the same type of death. The blood splatters on Kevin and Wendy, and then they leave with their clothes in the bag. Baby, you can keep these. You can burn these.
This is where I
never want to see these clothes again.
This is where I start to notice what you notice. She is not a screamer. Like
no,
it just it'd be like
she's an alto. She may be a tenor. Like
right.
she is deep.
And no offense, I love this. I love this. She go to hell. I love this actress because she's a chameleon. Like she is the only actress
very
where
good.
She's been in like 100 movies, but she's always all different ages. And I'm like, girl, how old are you? Like I'd be like,
it's the bangs, baby. It's the bangs.
Okay, because she was in Death Proof, and I was like, you're a believable adult now. What are you doing? Like
she was the most worthless character in Death Proof. But okay.
I
don't understand why she couldn't be in the car too. But okay,
because she had to stay with the other pervert. But yeah,
because with her cheerleading outfit on. They do go to the cops this time. They do go to the cops, but we don't see them talking to the cops. We just see them exit out of the precinct.
And they looking at her like, this piece of shit. And Kevin's like, I didn't tell him anything. What did you tell him? She's like, I told him everything. That's why they look at
everything.
That's why they're looking at me like that. And so they never say anything to her. There's no dialogue between her and police, but they do, like, at the end, they look at her. That's all. That's the only...
Look at me. Okay. Yeah. So now it's time. They look back at the pictures. Aaron and Ian are next. Aaron and Ian work at the most dangerous, survivalist fucking Home Depot I've ever seen in my life. Have you ever worked at a hardware store?
What? No, the closest thing would be Academy.
But when you close, was it only 2 people closing?
No.
In that big ass store. That must have been the only hardware store. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks in that town. It had to have been because that is crazy.
They are the healthiest couple in the movie, though.
But no, he is demonic. He kills a bird, literally kills a bird for no reason.
His boss told him to because they set off the alarms.
So if I told you to go jump off a bridge, you gonna do it?
Do not. His boss told him to get rid of the pigeons because they set off the alarm.
Get rid of the pigeons. Go get a cat or something. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not. Nope. I ain't with it. Animals didn't do nothing to you. Leave them the hell alone. That's how I really feel about it.
Oh my gosh. But yeah.
But they're in danger hardware store because that's gotta be.
It's a lot of neglect because. I don't know. Maybe they're not because I know for like forklifts and stuff, you have to go through training. You have to go through like actual OSHA training. So I'm like,
but what I'm trying to understand is why does all this shit have to be done? Why can this not be done in the morning? When stores say they open at 9, workers get there at 8 because there's a lot of things that aren't done at night that can be done in the morning. They are like, girl, they're doing too much for this to be their closing shift. That's how I just feel about it.
Okay.
But they don't believe anything that Kevin and Wendy have to say, even though they have all the evidence. They're like, Lewis is dead. The girls are dead. Look at these photos. Frankie is dead. Now,
to be fair,
one time,
kids.
You can question one time. What is the saying? One time is a something. The second time is a coincidence. The third time, whatever the hell the saying is. If you showed me 3 pictures and there's 3 people I actually know, I'm going to believe you. I don't know these kids. I don't associate with people like this. So you find new people to hang out with.
No, I'm saying,
not going to believe you.
I know them because I just know their type of character. I know these people from like high school, like this, like they're so intellectual. Like the way they were explaining stuff, like, oh, the metaphysics and kids like that who be like,
metaphysics, my ass. These people are dead. That's the metafucking physical part about it. Let's keep it real.
I can tell you're very passionate about this.
Like I don't have the energy, y'all. I'm 40. I'm 41. I don't have the energy to try to convince people anymore. If I tell you, you don't believe me, I'm like, I bet. Like, I don't have it in me. I no longer have it in me. I'm only telling people once. Period.
Well, damn, we wouldn't survive anything with you around. Because
hey, it's some dinosaurs coming. Run. And then I'm gone. If you're not behind me, baby, I don't know what to tell you.
To be fair, that wouldn't work anyway. Them velociraptors gonna catch me regardless. So what?
Well, I at least in my heart, my conscience, I in good faith, I tried to tell you. So
at least if the Tyrannosaurus Rex don't move, then they can move, and then you just let them eat.
Look, we ain't playing freeze tag, bitch. Run anyway. But they don't believe it. Aaron, this is the mousetrap happens during this time because the weight drops on the wood plank. The wood plank drops on this. The wood the
to be fair, they
say connected to the neck bone. Like,
to be fair, they save McKinley first because he's supposed to be killed by some lawn equipment.
No, it was fence.
Yeah, that's in the lawn.
Okay, sure.
They were supposed to follow him, and Wendy tackles him and they save him. But poor Aaron, the wood hits the bag that was on the saw. Okay. The wood hits the bag, and then the saw goes boom. Then she slides back, and the nail gun he was using to kill the pigeons. Well, maybe this was the pigeon revenge. And it goes into
swift
Aaron.
justice.
Now, we said this. You said this before. It was sad to see her die, though. Like it was sad.
Mm-hmm.
You said it before because she's like, oh, it was sad.
Oh, how it looked. Yes. But I didn't care about the character. They didn't give us enough time to care about the characters in this movie. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
they really didn't. None of the movies really do. Well, except for see, when you think about it, like the premonition that happens in the first movie happens 20 something minutes into the movie. When we met everybody in the beginning, we just saw them of this movie. We only saw them for like 10 seconds, 10, 12, 20 seconds. I didn't care about any of them. If I'm being honest, like Aaron did. Right. Aaron did. So she's like, okay, there was two people on the roller coaster. We don't know who they are, but they were on the roller coaster in front of us. We got to figure it out. Oh, she does ask Ian and Aaron that as well, and they say we don't know who it was. She gets back home, she looks back at the photos again, and Kevin's like, okay, my turn is coming up, but don't tell me what happens. She looks at the photos, and we see Kevin. It's like a bright light, so she's like, okay, that's Kevin's. So she's trying to figure out who the hell was that in front of the roller coaster, in front of them on the roller coaster. So she notices a bracelet, charm bracelet. She zooms in. She's like, oh my god, that's my sister Julie.
Yeah. Our grandmother's good luck charm bracelet. Yeah. So
I have never seen a grandmother wear a charm bracelet. Grandmothers out there, please comment below if you wear charm bracelets. I would like to know.
Grandmothers are 50 now, so
I would like to know. I would like to know.
So she calls Kevin and she's like, "Bitch, guess who it was? My sister." Mind you, she had ample time to stop her sister from going to this fair before she left, but okay. And he's like, all right, I
gotta work tonight.
Yeah, I'm working security at the fair, but you got to tell me it's that time we talked about.
It's not the fair, it's the Centennial Festival.
The Tricentennial Festival. What town is this? They talk about the British are coming and shit. What are we doing?
Maybe you know what? Maybe they in Boston.
Ooh, okay. Because that's a very interesting thing to celebrate. So yeah. And so she's like, okay, your picture, you're all exposed. He's like a firework went off in my face. And of course, that's where he is. And then she looks at hers and it's just a picture of her wearing a McKinley t-shirt. Well, McKinley, that's because that's their high school name and that's the character's last name, which I wouldn't go by my last name then. I would go by my first name, but whatever. And so she's like,
you don't have a cool last name. Like brick by brick.
So yeah, she's like, oh, he's probably gonna cause my death. Baby, she roll over there, McKinley following her the whole way. And she's trying to speed up,
gonna get her,
but can't get past. She can't go faster than his van, his Scooby-Doo van. I was like,
hey, he might have tricked that bitch out. Pimp my ride. He called Exhibit up and they put a jacuzzi in the bag of that bitch.
So Kevin's at the fair, the Tricentennial, trying to find Julie. And Julie's just trying to find some guys with her two friends. And he goes and he eventually finds her, and Wendy gets there, and she running around. That's when the police see her, and they like, oh, that's that girl, but nothing happens. So again, all of this negligence, balls rolling, things getting knocked off, fireworks going off. It's just a lot. It's a lot of chaos. They have burgers and fucking hot dogs though. So Wendy stopped and get a burger and hot dog while running around trying to get Julie. And Kevin eventually catches up with Julie. He like, hey, y'all gotta come with me. It's something's gonna happen to you. Julie run off. He catches her again, but the fireworks keep going off, and some losers set off fireworks by a horse.
Such losers. Why, Death, didn't you get them?
This is not Peter. Here you girl. She was not, and I don't like when people do this to horses either. They know how horses are.
Understand it. I was talking to somebody. They're like, "Yeah, I'm turkey hunting." I said, "Are you gonna eat the turkeys?" No. Click. Like what? No, it's not for fun. That's not fun.
They do that here though. They go hunting.
I know that was somebody here, but I'm just saying if you can make it ethical by it being like when people go fish, they usually eat that fish.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
I understand where you're coming from.
Hello, heads up. If you're on a dating profile and you're holding up a fish like this, or you're holding the head of a deer, I'm swiping left and I might report your ass. But anyway, I'm not on the dating apps anymore. Go me.
I mean, it's the South. But yeah, they scared the horse. Matter. I mean, that they hunt in the South. I don't know.
What I'm saying is I'm one of those, not all people hunt. So that's just not my type of person.
Okay. Well, Bambi, you have a friend. But they scared the horse. He goes running off, and he was staked to the ground, so the stake is behind him as well. This is the moment for me that made the movie. Kevin tries to get Julie. He's like, Julie, come with me. You're in danger. I got to explain something to you. And here she go, because this is her signature thing. Explain this. The moment she would have did that, I would have walked off. I would have been done. Because she's been flipping people off since the beginning of the damn movie. Like, she's like a young sister who's mean for no reason. Like, it's not like, yeah, we understand that Wendy, the archetype of her character is that she's controlling, but she's not a mean big sister. So it's like, what are you being mean for? And then you're popular. So what, like, literally, what are you mean for? Like,
you've never been a 16-year-old girl. No.
Oh, okay. Mind you, also I want to say about this movie, no parents. None. We see Kevin's dad, but he don't get involved. Like, they keep mentioning parents. I don't see a parent at the funerals. I don't see nothing. So
you're right. I didn't even think about that.
I don't know what was going on with the familial aspect, but yeah, she's just.
They said we're not paying more people for this movie. We spent enough on this roller coaster gag. Let's hit it.
Thank you. So as she flips
and this tricentennial fireworks.
As she flips him off, the horse comes running and he pushes her down so she doesn't get rammed by the horse. But the rope comes and it snatches her around the neck and she gets pulled. Hilarious. I couldn't even be like, oh my God, because I'm like, you just flipped me off. So I'm going home. So she gets dragged around the whole damn fair. Everybody trying to catch the horse and run after her. Now, this was bad because at one point the police do stop the horse. And she thinks she's okay. But before she can even get up, it starts running again. And she's like, oh, it's just. That was not fair to her.
Haha, you thought you got me.
That was not fair.
Like, when dogs when you go try to catch them, and they lean down, they're like, ha! That's what the horse was doing.
I get that they think it's a game, but that shit traumatizes me. Because I'm like.
Look, the other day, my dog did that to me. She had a ball, and we were playing fetch, and I was like, all right, let's go. She did it. Man, she started when I threw that damn tennis ball at her and hit her in her butt. Guess what? She stopped in. Busted in the back of her booty. She's oh, okay. She was for real. It literally hit her like this. So it went up and then boop, like that. It didn't hurt her. But all right, I guess it's time to get up out of here.
Jesus.
My baby.
Like, bruh.
This is one of the best parts. They finally catch Julie. So they're taking the rope off her, and Wendy's like, Wendy, Julie, who was sitting next to you on the roller coaster? They're next. They're going to die next. Perry, who is Julie's friend, stands up and was like, wait.
Hold up,
not me. And then Javelin twins, and the javelin. It wasn't a javelin. It looked like a javelin throw. But it was the pole of a flag just
impales her,
just right through her, and it hits the ground, and then her body slides down. Think Paris Hilton on House of Wax.
Yes,
slide down. And I said, I think that was one of the better kills.
And that's
because it came out of nowhere.
Exactly. And I like those, like Terry with the bus. I love when they're just like, there's shit, ain't shit you could do about it. Because I mean, besides moving to the left, she didn't know that shit was coming, you know. So I thought that was good. That was a very good one.
But we skipped Julie's death, so now Julie is free to go.
Yeah. But it's now time for Kevin to go. So as you know, this is all happening. She's like, "Oh shit, Kevin's next," and she really, you know, the overexposure. She's like, something's about to happen to his face. So he's still trying to catch the horse. He's behind the horse. You never get behind a horse, you guys.
That thing buck and kick you,
baby.
He can give you a heart attack, kick you and stop your heart.
Yeah, he kicks the hell. That should have killed him. He kicks the hell out of Kevin. He pops into the table. And then one of the shish kebabs hits the gas line on the gas thing, and then it blows up and it's about to get in his face. But Wendy comes and pulls him aside. Now his face is still burnt up, but baby, you ain't dead. So now it's like, let's get up out of here. And him, McKinley, he's stalking her the whole thing. She's like, stay away from me. He's like, why? Why? Like, I don't understand what he basically blames her for Aaron's death. So I don't know what he plans to do to her besides just look at her, because that's all he's doing. And they're trying to like get Kevin to a first aid place. So because of negligence, the firework thing tips over and it shoots fireworks directly at the four. So they duck and the fireworks go past McKinley. This was cool. I just thought it was cool to watch him like just stand there while fireworks go like all over. And he's like, oh yeah, I can't die, but you're dead. And this big sign with the tricentennial sign comes down and smushes him like it smushed Robbie. I don't know. I'm gonna say Robbie. I think it was Robbie from Final Destination 2.
I don't think it was Robbie, but sure. Who cares? The 13, 15, 16, 17, or 18-year-old. Who knows how old that kid was? Yeah, Ian did, and they're like, well,
5 months later.
That's it.
That literally 5 months.
I did read that the movie was going to stop with McKinley, but they added this part in.
Oh.
Test audiences said no. I need to be part of test audience. Oh my god.
How do you sign up for that? You need to look that up because
you probably got to live in LA or something like that. LA or Atlanta, where a lot of movies are booming. But they're in France.
No, New York. I don't know.
They were in another country. They were not in the United States. Yes, I think.
Oh. I thought.
Okay, maybe they were in New York. But she starts to see, things that don't make sense. She starts to hear this song. There was a reoccurring song throughout the movie. There's someone walking behind you. Somebody is playing that on the guitar on the train. And she's like, I don't know what's going on. She's with her roommate, Laura, and Sean. Yes, that was the other guy's name. And as she's like, all right, guys, let's just get off on this stop here.
I need some fresh air,
and somebody pooted. Let's go. I see a butt crack. Let's hit it. They start to leave, and then Julie walks in the train. She's like, Julie? Like, you know your sister was in New York. Like,
well, she was supposed to come, but she's there early.
Okay, so I wonder why. But anyway.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, Dad's car broke down, so I took the next train here. That's why I say they weren't in another country, because wherever they are, it was close to. So they may have.
Let's
been
go with Boston.
That
sounds good.
And she's like, I took the next train here, and then as they're talking,
shoot, it also could be Virginia.
Okay, yeah. And and then she's like, oh, I want to introduce you to my roommates, and then she's like, hey, it's my. Wait a minute,
Kevin.
Is that you? And he's like, yeah, I drove up for I took the train for the game. And they're
what the fuck is a Bruin anyway?
And, they're like, huh? And she like, look, I'm feeling like I felt. She don't even get time. Bam, train crash. She don't even get time. Like it's just like boom, train crash. Everybody die. She survives. Right. And then another train comes and it kills her. So, but it's like that premonition sucked because it's literally like 2 seconds before it happens. Like, It's not like they could have gotten off as she was having the premonition and then no, like they were on it. There was nothing they could do. They tried to emergency brake, like stop the train, baby.
But you know what? Them pulling the emergency brake probably caused a wreck.
And then you just hear a crash. You just hear a crash. So
and then we hear the alternative version of "There's someone walking behind you. There is someone walking behind you," and the movie's over. That's Final Destination 3.
Nobody survives.
Everybody did. Everybody did. Final Destination gets a 4. Actually, it's gonna get a 5 for me.
Wow.
I do watch this because of our rating system. I do watch it annually. I watch this movie every year, so I've already filled my. So for Final Destination 3, I give it a 5 according to our rating scale. It doesn't mean it's a perfect movie, but it is something that I would watch annually. I definitely enjoy this one. I hate Wendy's terrible non-screaming, but I enjoy it. And of course, what the fuck is a Bruin anyway? Yeah, 5 for me.
I'm gonna give it a 3 because I will watch it, but I'll scroll on my phone just until the death scenes happen.
Okay.
But it does have a soul. Like we didn't get in depth with a lot of the characters, there's still stuff going on. Like I like how Kevin was like, "Oh, I was gonna propose to her after school," and when he's like, "Girl, he's about to break up with you." I don't know. It's just stuff like that.
That was hilarious. Yeah. Like, read the room, Kevin. Read the room, baby.
Stuff like that.
Wait, Kevin, sorry, he's not even in the room.
Stuff like that. I just like that they add little things like that. So yeah, I'll give it a 3.
All right, guys. That will do it for Final Destination 3. Come back next time. We might as well. Final Destination 4. Let's just keep the party going. Keep the party moving. So we will see you then. Bye. Where did you hide it, Dan? Please be sure to send us your requests at booshakalakapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter X, BOOshakalakapod. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram at BOOshakalakapodcast.